What does sex tell you about a relationship? It tells you a lot. Sex is a direct reflection of how your relationship is. So in the past, I've really stayed away from talking about sex because I thought, like, from a time, like, I'm a numbers guy, and I'm like, how often are you going to have sex? And then I looked at the data, and I'm like, all right, the average sexual experience is like 2 minutes and something seconds. So I'm like, all right, so if you're having sex a few times a week, it's like 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you've got to spend all this other time with the partner, talking to them, going to dinner, doing activities, blah, blah, blah. I'd rather talk about all that stuff. So you have more time doing that stuff, so let me fix that. But hold on. That's not the whole story. What is sex? What can we use sex for? And what can we analyze sex for in looking at our relationship to see the quality of it? Well, very simply, if the sex isn't great, you're probably missing something in the rest of the relationship. Maybe you're not having the conversations. Maybe you're not having the intimacy in terms of what you talk about. Maybe you're not being vulnerable. So that can be a lot, right? So I want to tell you a story that I think will illuminate a lot of things. So in one of my relationships, actually this has been a historical thing. As the relationship progressed, less sex started happening. And obviously that put a strain on the relationship, especially because in some of these instances, the woman that I was with wanted to have more sex. And I was like, like, take it or leave it. I'm like, I don't really want to. And she's like, am I not beautiful? Like, are you not attracted to me? And of course I was, but it just didn't quite make sense. So I want to talk about that as well, like why a man's sex drive could potentially be going down in the terms of the amount of sex you're having, or this could be happening with a female as well. And really no one talks about this stuff because we don't really understand sex, and it's always been taboo to discuss. And I want to talk about it today and teach a concept that I think a lot of us have never heard before. So in terms of the people that are having sex, really we are triggered by two different things. We're either a physical response or emotional response in regards to sex. And prior to me learning about this stuff, I assumed all men were physical. They look at a woman, they're like a blowtorch, and they're ready to rock and roll. They're like, ooh, she's hot. Like, ooh, boobs and butt and beautiful face, and I'm ready to go. But that's not necessarily true. What we found is that 50% of the population, both men and female, are physical, and 50% are emotional. So in my particular story, I kept thinking something was wrong with me because I would look at my partners and I was definitely attracted to them, but maybe I didn't want to have sex because, I was working all day, I'm stressed out, and then we didn't really bond or do anything to build what we call the emotional side, the emotional intimacy. So I found out that me as a man, I didn't know this existed, that a man couldn't be physical. I was actually an emotional response. And what that means is if we go spend some time together and bond, I look at you with these big eyes and I get even more attracted to you. Maybe we had a great day today. Maybe we went on a hike. Maybe we're traveling. And now I want to have more sexual experiences. I'm horny because I got to build this emotional connection. And so, like, one of the greatest illuminations of this was at the time with my partner, we were probably having sex maybe like once a week, sometimes twice. And then we went on vacation. And, this caused fights over the years. Like, why aren't we having more sex? So we went on vacation, and all of a sudden we were having sex every single day. And she's like, what the heck is going on? And for a long time, I didn't understand it either. I'm just like, I don't know. I wanted to have sex with you. And it was because we were spending the day together. There was no distractions, and obviously stress of work, really brings the sex drive down. It was just fun. And every day we were spending time together, going exploring cities, going to restaurants. And that made me want to have sex more because I am emotional response where we got to bond, and now I'm looking at her like, whoa, she's so beautiful and so fantastic, and I'm having such a great time. I want to touch her. I want to be close to her. I want to be with her, right? Okay, so back to the topic. What does sex tell you about your relationship? It can be a reflection of how the relationship's going. So if the sex is not going well, then evaluate, well, what is your partner? Have you been maybe doing this wrong the whole time? Have you not been evaluating? A lot of you have been looking at men and assuming they're all physical. Well, maybe they need some emotional. Or, what's going on with their work? Are they stressed out from that? And what's going on within our relationship? Are we going on date nights? Are we spending time together? Are we having fun? And are we truly having intimate conversation? Have we spent time getting to know each other? Have we fallen into this gap? Have we never even really asked tough questions? Have you ever asked, what is the toughest thing that you've ever had to go through? I asked that the other day, and someone told me, this was on a date, an early stage date. She goes, I lost my father. I was like, whoa. When's the last time we kind of asked some more intimate questions instead of hey, how's your day? So I challenge you to escalate your relationship, which in turn is going to bring that sex life up there with it. So cool. Try it out. If you guys need help with questions, what I'm going to do, actually, scratch that. I'm going to pop 36 questions to fall in love. Go check this out. It gives you a blueprint of some questions you can ask. And even if you've been with your partner for 20 years, this is a cool date. I know plenty of people have done this that have been married forever. It's a fun activity. It really allows you to get to know someone. Or I know plenty of folks doing this on date number 3. So get your hands on this free gift. I'll put it in the description. I'll put it as the top comment. And what I will do so you can keep watching stuff is go there, and you can watch more videos. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. We'll see you next time.